Hey, you guys, I'm sure that you've heard the parable of the Good Samaritan that Jesus told, but there's something so profound about this story that a lot of people miss. So, Jesus says that there was a man who was beaten up, he was stripped and left half dead on the road. And then a priest sees him and just passes by. And then a Levite sees him and passes by. And these are the very people that you would expect to stop. So, when they don't, you got to ask yourself, who would? And that's when a mysterious Samaritan just unexpectedly shows up. And that alone would have shocked Jesus' audience because Jews despised Samaritans. They were viewed as unclean, compromised, outsiders because they meddled with Gentiles. And yet Jesus deliberately makes the Samaritan the hero of the story. Now listen, at first it sounds like this parable is teaching us to be kind to one another, to love our neighbor. And that's true to some extent, but that's not the heart of the story at all. There's so much more. I want you guys to look closely at what the Samaritan actually does. It says that he is moved with compassion. He goes to the man, he binds his wounds, he pours oil and wine on them. He lifts him up onto his animal, and then he takes him to an inn, and he stays with him and personally cares for his wounds. And then Jesus adds one small detail, a detail that just changes everything, that carries the entire weight of the story. The Samaritan gives the innkeeper 2 denarii. Listen to this. Verse 35, "Take care of this man," he says. "If his bill runs higher than this, I will pay you when I return." 2 denarii. Now, at first glance, it sounds like maybe that covers a night, maybe 2 at most. But when you dig deeper, you realize, wow, my friends, you realize something just incredible. That in the ancient world, one night at the inn would cost around 1/12 of a denarius, 1/12 to 1/24 of a denarius, which means that 1 denarius could cover 2 or 3 weeks of care. 2 denarii would cover an entire month, if not more. So in today's terms, that would roughly be the equivalent of $3,000 to $5,000. You see, this is not a simple act of kindness. This is extravagant. This is excessive. It's a covenant level type of love. A kind of love that you and I, and not even the most righteous among us, have the capacity to give. And that is the whole point of this parable. That the man lying, broken down and half dead on the road is none other than you and me. Spiritually wounded, unable to save ourselves. And the Good Samaritan who unexpectedly shows up is none other than, you got it, Jesus. The one who was rejected, despised, and hated, accused of meddling with sinners and Gentiles. Yet he was so moved with compassion anyway that he cared for us. He carried us. He paid our debt in full. And then he promised to return. So you see, that's the beautiful good news. That the Good Samaritan isn't just a moral example. It is the gospel. It is Jesus himself, whose love is not just merely good. It is overabundant, extraordinary, and